Hello everyone, welcome to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. Now obviously the first thing you'll notice is that this is not my voice, and the second thing is that this video is rather short. Unfortunately, I am still under the weather with little to no voice. However, I'm still committed to providing some content for you lovely folks, and I do hope you still enjoy. Now we are going to look at the hatches, of course, but before we do that, I just want to point out that the pipeline for crude oil is still underway, and we are just going to break this wall open to ensure we have a continued supply for the time being. We are also just going to delete this and put a pump in below. But of course, as always, we've run out of steel, so we are going to need to fix that issue first. Now, while we wait for the steel, we're just going to take a look at the hatches and try and set ourselves up for a stone hatch, since they're easier to feed. I did take the time and watch the hatch ranching video from Echo Ridge Gaming, so thank you again for the suggestion. I am much more familiar with how this will all work. We are also going to build a second incubator, as well as set it up with the proper automation so we can avoid wasting electricity. Next, I want to deal with all these mealwood plants and uproot them all, because we have just been wasting dirt. Between the bristleberries and the meat from hatches, we are very well off for food and no longer need to waste labor and resources on all these plants. Since we are waiting on the steel and pipeline, we can also take a look in the bedroom area too. There are some Slimelung germs here I would like to take care of before we start to build, and so I need to install some new deodorizers. It looks like we've finally gotten enough steel to build this new pump in the crude oil. With that, we can finish this pipeline to secure our power supply. And there all our little dupes go, building out our future. Just kidding. Only another temporary solution to a long-standing problem, but perfect timing nonetheless. So next we are going to work on some improvements to the ventilation system, because the carbon dioxide from our power room may soon get out of hand, and I'd like to do a bit better at sorting. We'll first remove this old vent system here, as it is no longer needed. We are then going to sort for hydrogen here instead and send that up into the main hydrogen ventilation line. Now that has all been sorted, we're going to turn our focus over to the carbon dioxide. There are a lot of vents over here, and things are fairly complex with all the bridges, and by complex I mean poorly set up and all over the place. But have no fear, I've set up an even larger mess that does help, but isn't perfect. While I did run into a few issues, like it trying to go into the same vent and there not being enough room, I did find a fairly quick wraparound option that works relatively well for the time being, and I'm actually fairly satisfied with. No more dumping the carbon dioxide into the main base. Makes things look much cleaner. Something else I wanted to talk about a little bit as we look at pipelines and efficiencies is that the oil refinery could be moved upwards into our power supply room, as it takes our dupes a needless amount of time running all the way down there to refine some petroleum. They could do it up here instead. We could also even move the reservoir and put it here to house extra petroleum. It would save us ample time, and the off-gassing of the natural gas could stay in this room where it is used. Another additional benefit would be the Atmos suit wear time would be reduced, thus saving even more resources. The process wouldn't actually be overly difficult since there is already a pipeline set up. We would just need to move some things around. We could even later move the metal refinery in and use petroleum within the refinery. See, just look at that. The oil refinery would fit so well here. What a brilliant scheme. I think that's going to do it for this episode, folks. We did get a good amount done in the short time I recorded, and we really managed to shorten the video up for you as well. I know the AI voice may not be as thrilling as my own, and I really did cut it down, but do let me know if you like this style of video, the length and the voice I chose. I'm hoping to be back in action again soon with my own voice, and hopefully with the longer videos, but I'll have to give it some time to see how things go. Either way, I will still ensure you folks have some content to watch, be it my voice or the AI Daniel's. It just may be a little on the shorter side for a bit, but I appreciate your support, and thank you for bearing with me. And of course, I can sneak in an outro from another video
please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. And of course, don't forget to leave any comments with tips or suggestions. I always love to read what you folks have to say, and it's always super helpful. And as always, thank you for stopping by. Happy you did, and I'll see you next time.